Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, let's jump right in. Today, we're looking at ductless mini split systems. Specifically, how you can safely turn off the power and do some simple cleaning yourself.
Exactly. These systems are great, really efficient, but like anything, they need a bit of upkeep. Doing some basic cleaning, it really helps keep them running well for you.
Right, and that's what this is about, giving you the know-how for that basic maintenance. We're talking better efficiency, cleaner air in your house, and maybe even making the unit last longer. Seems like a good deal all around.
Oh, absolutely. It's surprising how these simple steps can prevent bigger issues later on. Saves hassle, saves money.
Definitely. And look, if you do run into something or just have a question, we should mention Hartzell's Heat and Air. They provide these ductless systems,
Yeah.
and they're really focused on helping customers out.
Yeah, they seem very supportive.
You can call them. The number is 405-449-5897, or email, that's office@hartzellsweethair.com. They even mention you can reach out via text or set up a Zoom call if you need to talk through something.
That's pretty handy, the Zoom option.
Yeah. Their main office is at 602 S Main Saint in Kingfisher, Oklahoma, 73750 air. And the website is hartzellsheetandair.com. Normal hours are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Sundays are closed.
Okay.
But they also have these special 24-hour harvest time hours listed, so good to know support's there.
It is good to know help is available if you get stuck or just aren't comfortable doing it yourself. So for our deep dive today, we're drawing on info from Heart Cells and also some really practical YouTube videos we found. Seeing someone actually do the cleaning steps, it makes it much clearer.
Totally. Okay, so sleeves rolled up. Where do we start? Filters seem to be the big one everyone mentions first.
You got it. Filters are absolutely the first line of defense. They catch all the dust, the pollen, pet hair, all that airborne stuff, keeping them clean. Probably the most important regular thing you can do. Seriously, even a slightly dirty filter makes the whole system work harder.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So how often are we talking? Is this like a yearly thing or more?
It kind of depends. Generally, maybe every other month is a good starting point. But if you're running it nonstop, or say you have pets shedding a lot, doing it monthly is probably better. It just depends on how much stuff is getting trapped in there.
Okay, monthly or every other month?
Yeah.
And how do you actually clean them? Vacuum or wash?
Both work fine. Vacuuming is easy. Pop open the front panel. The filters usually just slide out. Grab your vacuum, put on the brush attachment, and just gently suck up the dust.
Okay.
Or you can rinse them, take them to the sink, run some lukewarm water over them. And here's a good tip. They don't have to be perfectly bone dry before you put them back in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the system has a drain pan that catches condensation anyway, so a little dampness is okay. Just rinse and slide them back.
Nice. That saves some time. So why is filter cleaning so critical? You mentioned efficiency.
Well, yeah, it seems small, but a clogged filter really restricts airflow. That forces the system to work much harder to push air through, which uses more energy. You might feel like it's not cooling or heating as well. Plus, that extra strain isn't great for the blower motor over time, can shorten its life. And in some cases, that restricted air can actually build up pressure inside, maybe even lead to leaks down the road.
Wow. Okay, so a simple filter, clean, avoids a whole bunch of potential headaches. Definitely putting that on my calendar. Can you walk us through actually getting to the filters, like opening the unit?
Sure. On the indoor unit, look for little tabs or indentations, usually on the sides or bottom of the front cover. Gently press or lift those, and the cover should hinge open, usually upwards.
Why?
And the filters are right there inside, sitting in tracks. Just lift them slightly and pull them towards you. They're made to come out easily.
Got it. Lift and pull and putting them back.
Just the reverse. You'll see the tracks or guides inside. Slide the clean filter back along those guides. Make sure it sits flush, maybe a little click to know it's locked in. Usually they only fit one way, so it's hard to mess up.
All right, filters handled. But what if cleaning the filters doesn't quite cut it? Like you still feel the airflow isn't great. When is it time for a deeper clean?
That's a good point. If you clean the filters and you're still noticing like weak airflow or it's just not heating or cooling like it used to, that's a sign. Or if you actually see dust building up on the vents, or maybe hear funny noises from the unit, that probably means the stuff inside, like the coil or the blower wheel, needs attention.
Okay, those are the warning signs. Now, before we even think about taking more apart, safety, what's the absolute #1 rule?
Power O off F. Completely off. At the breaker box for your house. Find the breaker labeled for your mini split and flip it off. This isn't optional. You're dealing with electricity inside there. Safety first, always. Don't touch anything else until that power is confirmed off.
Got it. Loud and clear. Breaker off F. Okay, power's off. How do we get that main outer cover off now?
It does vary bit model to model. Some have little clips you just push or release. Others use screws, sometimes hidden behind little plastic caps you got to pop off first.
Okay, so a little investigation might be needed.
Yeah, just look carefully around the edges, top and bottom. Like for a Mitsubishi Mr. Slim, often there are 2 clips at the bottom you need to release. Pop those back. And sometimes there's a screw maybe in the middle down there too.
Okay, Mitsubishi.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom clips, maybe a screw. What about other brands, like Mr. Cool?
Mr. Cool often has screws holding the bottom edge, Phillips head usually. Get those out. Then the top edge might be held by friction tabs you need to gently wiggle the cover free from.
Right.
And sometimes with Mr. Cool, you might find extra screws on the front underneath where the cover sits. And like one example we saw, there might be a quick connect wire for, say, the display. Need to unplug that carefully. Remember how it goes back.
Sounds like patience is key here. Don't force anything. Check the manual if you're stuck.
Absolutely. Take your time. You don't want to crack the plastic. Once it's off, take a good look inside.
And what are we likely to see in there? Especially if it hasn't been cleaned deeply before.
You might see quite a bit of dust coating things. Look closely at the coil, those thin metal fins packed together. The blower wheel, that long hamster wheel-looking fan thing, sometimes called a squirrel cage. Also, look for dark spots, which could be mold or even a greenish or whitish stuff, which might be corrosion on the coils if it's been neglected.
Yikes. Okay, mold is definitely a motivator. So we see the dust, maybe worse. How do we clean those inside parts carefully?
Gently is the word, especially those coil fins. They bend super easily, and bent fins block air. So start with your vacuum again. The soft brush attachment is perfect for dusting the coil surface and the blower wheel. You could also use a soft brush, like a toothbrush maybe, to gently get between the fins if needed.
Soft brush, vacuum. Got it. What about those vents that direct the air, the louvers?
Yeah, the louvers or flapper valves. They usually collect dust too. Good news is they often just clip off easily. Look for little tabs on the sides. Unclip them, wipe them down with a damp cloth, let them dry fully before clipping back on.
Easy enough. Okay, now the trickier bits, maybe. Getting to the blower wheel and the drain pan underneath.
Right. This part can differ more. On some units, like certain Mitsubishis, you might need to undo some screws to remove the whole plastic drip tray assembly below the coil. Might be clips, too. Go slow. And if you see standing water in that pan when you take it out, that's a big clue your drain line is clogged.
Okay, clogged drain. We'll come back to that. How do we get the blower wheel itself out? Or at least clean it well?
Often, once that drip pan is loosened or out, you can see the blower wheel better. You might be able to spin it by hand. Look towards one end. Sometimes there's a tiny set screw holding it onto the motor shaft. You'd need the right tool, like an Allen key, to loosen that.
Okay.
To get it fully out for deep cleaning, you might also need to remove screws on the other end, near the coil, that hold a bearing or support bracket. It varies.
Sounds like it could get a bit involved depending on the model.
Correct.
What about cleaning that drain pan and the actual drain tube? That seems like prime gunk territory.
Oh, for sure. The pan catches condensation, so mold, mildew, slimy stuff loves it there. And that gunk can clog the drain tube that carries the water away. To clean the line, you can try a few things. Gently push water, or maybe even low-pressure air down from the pan connection. Or go outside where the tube drains and try to use suction. Some people even use a wet-dry vac carefully on the end of the tube to pull blockage out.
Using a vac on the drain line? Interesting. Any way to stop it clogging so easily?
Yeah, prevention helps. You can buy specific drain pan tablets or liquid treatments for ACs. Putting those in the pan or pouring a bit down the drain line periodically can help stop algae and slime from growing.
Good tip. Okay, so we've done manual cleaning.
Yeah.
Are there, like, special tools or methods for a more heavy-duty clean inside?
Definitely. For cleaning the indoor unit without making a huge mess, these things called mini-split bib kits are fantastic.
Yeah.
It's basically a big plastic bag or funnel you wrap around the whole indoor unit, seal it against the wall, and it has a drain tube that goes into a bucket. Lets you spray cleaner and water inside to really flush the coil and blower wheel without soaking your room. Getting a good seal to the wall is key, though.
That sounds like a game changer for containing the mess. What kind of cleaner do you spray in there?
Look for foaming coil cleaners made for HVAC systems. They're often labeled safe for mini splits. You spray it on the coil, maybe the blower wheel too. The foam expands, helps lift off the dirt and grime. Let it sit like the instructions say.
Okay, foam cleaner applied. Then you rinse it off.
Yeah.
How?
Low pressure water is crucial. Don't use a high pressure washer, you'll flatten those delicate fins instantly.
Right, no pressure washers.
Use a garden hose with a gentle spray pattern or a pump sprayer like you use for gardening. You can even find adapters to connect a hose to an indoor sink for low pressure. There are also tools like the coil jet. It's a battery-powered low-pressure sprayer with special wands, even a 90-degree one to get behind the coil. Makes rinsing easier.
So specialized tools can definitely help get a better clean without damage.
Okay, spraying water and cleaner inside. Back to safety again. Power's off. But what about the electronics inside?
Good point. Even with the breaker off, it's smart to be extra cautious. Any visible circuit boards or wiring connections, cover them carefully with plastic wrap and maybe some tape before you start spraying anything wet.
Better safe than sorry with electronics and water. Makes sense.
Definitely.
We've been all about the inside unit. What about the outside part? Does that need cleaning too?
Yes, the outdoor unit needs love too. First, just clear away any leaves, grass, debris stuck around it. Vacuum the outside fins gently if needed. Then, very important, find the electrical disconnect box, usually mounted on the wall near the outdoor unit. Turn the power off there too.
Okay, power off outside as well.
Yep. Then you can use that same coil cleaner on the outdoor unit's big coil fins to wash away dirt and improve heat transfer. Rinse it gently afterwards.
All right, so we've done the deep clean inside and maybe outside. Everything's sparkling. Putting it back together, main tips. Mostly, it's just the reverse of taking it apart, but the absolute key thing. Make sure everything is DIY before you reassemble, especially plastic parts like the cover, louvers, drain pan. Any trapped moisture is just asking for mold. Maybe set the plastic bits outside in the sun for a bit if it's nice out.
Dryness, got it.
Yeah.
Anything else to double check?
Just make sure any wires you disconnected are plugged back in securely. Slide the clean filters back in place. Get the outer cover clipped and screwed back on properly. Then, and only then, go back to the breaker box and turn the power back on.
Power's back. What now? Just hope for the best.
We'll do a quick test run. Turn the system on, listen for normal sounds, check the airflow, make sure it's heating or cooling like it should. And if you used one of those bib kits, it's not a bad idea to run the fan-only mode for maybe 15-20 minutes, still with the bib on and draining into the bucket.
Oh, why is that?
Helps spin off any last bits of water from the blower wheel before you take the bib off. Catches any final drip.
Smart. And the big kit itself. You need to clean that too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Rinse the bib out well with soap and water after you're done. Hang it up somewhere to air dry completely before you fold it up and store it. Keeps it from getting moldy itself.
Right. Okay, so we've done the big clean. How often should we be doing this level of cleaning compared to just the filters?
The filter cleaning, that's your regular thing every month or two. This deeper clean, it really depends. Dusty environment, run it all the time. Maybe once a year, possibly twice. For many people, once a year or even every other year might be enough. Best guide is how it performs. If filters are clean but airflow drops, it's probably time. And always check your owner's manual. It might have specific recommendations.
Okay, so keep up with filters constantly. Deeper clean as needed, maybe annually. And the number one rule again.
Power off at the breaker before you do anything beyond swapping filters.
Couldn't say it enough. So doing this maintenance, it really does pay off in comfort and efficiency.
It really does. You're taking care of a pretty sophisticated piece of equipment.
And one last time, if this feels like too much or you just want a pro checkup, Hartzell's Heat and Air is there to help. Phone is 449-5897. Email office@hartzellssheetair.com. Don't hesitate to reach out.
Absolutely. So maybe the final thought is this. Think about how taking, maybe an hour or two once a year for this kind of upkeep translates directly to your comfort, your air quality, maybe even lower energy bills. It might make scheduling that filter check or even planning for a deeper clean seem like a really worthwhile investment of your time. Maybe pencil it in now. A little effort really can go a long way.